in the same amount of space. What that allows us to do is hold significantly more items in these buildings than you can in a traditional warehouse. It's all densely packed over there, and we've obviously got, essentially this is like a attractive area for things to travel. The storage pods, and then essentially there's a hydraulic ram that then basically lifts that plate, and then it will move it in 90. On this floor we've got two main processes. So one is to stow items that are just been received into the warehouse. So we receive them on the ground floor downstairs where the items are unloaded from a truck. They're put into one of these many black totes, moved around the building to a stow station, and very simply, in a normal warehouse environment, you have to walk to a shelf. And this does the reverse, the shelf comes to you. So it makes it much quicker, much easier. So this is just, I'd have to go to that shelf, get that item, and then walk however far to go and then get the next one. Put it into a tote, it tells you which. Once the items have been allocated to a stow station, the software then brings over to that particular station storage pods that have got space that will allow you to fit those items in. And then we use computer vision, machine learning, and AI to then highlight and identify areas on each of those storage pods that can store the item that you've just scanned in your hand. And that allows a much easier process and saves someone hunting around for the space. Items in there. Oh, there you go. All wool. So we just transfer the items into the tote when we finish. Bring the storage floors, which are the next two floors above us. So well, that's where we're going to head next.
As e-commerce has continued to grow and the volumes have gotten larger and larger, only in the last few years have we really passed this inflection point where the automated warehouses are meaningfully more efficient than the human warehouses. And so today, the Amazon fulfillment centers that are automated are amongst the most efficient fulfillment centers in the world. Amazon has invented a lot of its own technology to do that, and that has been a bit of a competitive moat for Amazon. But there are a lot of smart entrepreneurs that have developed alternative systems that other retailers are using.
This is a very highly automated, robotic warehouse. We process millions of orders a week through this particular building alone, which is one of over 30 within our UK network. And each of the orders that gets assigned to this building gets picked, packed, and shipped in less than 2 hours. And we do that hundreds of thousands of times every single day.
I think robotics is here to help us, and it's a tool to aid us. The customer demand is forever increasing, and we're getting the parcels out the door faster than ever, and that's what the robotics are here to help us with.
We're running up to Black Friday now, so this is a sales event, just like Prime Big Deal Day that we've done earlier in the year, that we've spent all year preparing for. So we've ramped up our inventory as full as we possibly can, and we've brought on fixed-term contract associates in addition to our permanent workforce here in Bolton to make sure that we can get to the capacity required for this busy period of the year. Looking ahead, we're going to ship millions of shipments per week, and that's hundreds of thousands per day. Amazon have invested over 80 billion in the UK since 2010, and we've committed to invest a further 40 billion by 2028. If we bring that a bit closer and we talk about the Northwest, since 2010 we've invested 5.4 billion and 3 billion in the Greater Manchester area.
I've got space for that item here, and here. So it just makes it easier to perform the transaction of just scanning the location that you've put that in.
Every market is a little different in their consumer preferences. The big signature toys continue to be a spike. The consumer electronics continue to have a holiday spike. But in general, there are more markets that have economic headwinds than tailwinds at the moment. So overall, what we're seeing is a shift from wants to needs. And so a larger share of budget in many markets is going to that food and holiday entertaining and sort of more modest gift purchases. And so it's not really slowing down the overall spending, but it's shifting the mix of spending.